Hi. Hi. He goes, Mom, I love you, but if you could just hurry. There's a very hungry boy out here. Hi, Mart Mart. Was that little rub on the door supposed to help me speed up? Hi, buddy. Hello, bud. Hi, Gypsy. I'm late with the food. I'm so sorry. You come back after they eat, okay? There's food for you, too. There's plenty. I don't know where Stripe is. Yesterday he came out of the garage, but Don was out there hunting for something, so I don't know. You coming, buddy? Hi, Tux. Good boy. Here you go. Good morning. Marty, you're quick. I got Stripe now. Come on, Morris. You can come back around. Stripe's here. He'll protect you from the evil mom. Hi. Poor Tux went around the corner to use the bathroom, and of course these guys came in to see what food he's got. Let's eat all the gravy and all the good stuff on top. Stripe just wants to eat alone, but he's not mean about it. Gypsy is on the way back up. Gray and Panther are back in their chairs, and I just removed Tux from the front porch. So hopefully he'll get to eat. Alright, Gypsy fans, he's back. He's eating. He must be really hungry to have been willing to come back up so quick, or getting more used to the household. Hopefully Tux will stay around back where I put him. So we got 10.10.2 last night, and these are the release notes for it, which I kind of read on the phone. I don't think, you know, there's lots of things are supposed to be improved. And so we're going to go for a ride and see what we think. We're going to head up to Yates Mill. So I did not see that it reset the counter back to 0. So we'll still have 1 strike. But we're going to follow through on our plan that if we get blue warnings, we'll try to pull over, go into park, and then continue back on down the road to reset the count for that drive back to, you know, starting a new drive. Try to stay out of trouble. Yeah, Don has agreed to go to Yates Mill today, so we get in a little bit of a drive. Not super far, but not as close as one of the few quay spots. It should put us through a couple of additional intersections.
Yeah, well, we'll go through town, and I'm also going to, it'll be on some curvy road, a little bit of curvy road too, so I'm going to try to be a little bit more critical today, and as soon as she messes up, I'm going to disengage, because that way at least they'll get that feedback. Maybe not. We'll know. But if I don't correct her every time she makes a little boo-boo, then they'll never know.
Right, I agree. Yep. And I just finished editing yesterday's video, which is going to take hours and hours to render, because with the full self-driving content, it's long and it's 4K. But I noticed when Don got the strike, absolutely you could tell his hands were on the wheel, and absolutely you could tell he was looking forward. So I don't get, I don't understand what we did to cause that. But I think if we pull over and go into park after we see the blue warning, we won't accumulate enough warnings to get a strike. I think we can prevent it that way. So we'll try. All right, I'm starting out today in 1080 mode. Yesterday was, she just hasn't, there you go. Yeah, yesterday's video with the audio was fun to piece together. I think I've said it before. The camera that, you know, the dash cam doesn't have decent audio, so I have to use the vlogging camera, but in some regards it would be easier to use the dash cam. So each time there's a splice where, you know, where I've got to get the soundtracks back going together, it's a 5 to 10 minute process. Here comes Amazon.
Yeah, but he's stopping. Here she goes.
Here she goes.
Yeah. There's nobody behind us.
So I guess Jules is saying now that it's 53 degrees. We've basically reached our high for the day. It's pretty nice out there. There's a little breeze. nice weather apparently until Wednesday. Tomorrow and Tuesday should be noticeably warmer. It's going on 12:30, and Dawn doesn't need to know where we're going today, so I mean, we can just trust sort of Jules, the turns. We're familiar with the route, obviously, to Yates Mill. Yesterday, obviously, we're familiar with getting down to Sanford, but not so much the turns into that park that we hadn't been to before. So, right. At any point, the car is driving, but we still like to know where the car's going.
Yeah, well, I'll probably have to let you cross the line a little bit there. There's a car behind us. That's all I'm saying. And
so up here at the stop sign, you may not let her work on it forever.
Right, I'm going to probably have to tell her to go if it's clear versus letting her decide.
Well, I have high hopes that 10.10.2 is going to be a definite improvement over 10.8.1. And I'll take improvement in any of the areas where improvement is warranted.
Okay, so there's the stop sign. There's cars coming, so I
can't go anywhere anyway.
So we're good so far. She's a little far back.
I agree.
But she sounds like she wants to creep forward.
She says she's creeping.
I pressed it because there is a car that popped over the hill there at the last second. I mean, it was a safe maneuver, but again, the guy behind me was wondering probably why he was so far back and all that stuff. So anyway, we're good.
Yeah, well, that's not fixed.
That's not fixed, that's right. I guess I'm sorry, I meant to pull her out. I just keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've taught myself bad habits of letting her try to figure it out herself, but I should have told her. I've got to learn to tell her to go. It's a red light car. It's a red light. There we go. Okay. So there she pulled like too far forward, in my opinion, before she stopped. Come on. There you go.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
She cut the corner too wide.
Yeah.
Came a little close to the car. And I mean, she basically, the reason that happened is because she just took off too fast.
Yeah.
If she had proceeded around the corner at a normal cornering speed, that wouldn't have, I don't think she would have swung too wide.
Right, I think also that car was black, and I really wonder if that made her discount the car because it was nice and black.
Well, I'm noting Don doesn't currently have on sunglasses and doesn't currently have his reading glasses on his head. So there should only be one set of well visible eyes. Although right now it's kind of your face is half in a shadow.
Right.
Yeah, I would like a demonstration of the code that determines if you're paying attention or not. So I better understand what's required. Not because I want to pick it apart, but because I just want to understand what's required better. So I guess when you got in today, it was still on Dawn. You were in the car first. Right. You were the last person, the profile set.
Yeah, I think it was fine. And plus I had went out to the car earlier today to full of stuff. And
sure.
I had opened it up with my phone, so I had no problem with the driver profile today.
Well, when we get to Yates Mill, we're going to unplug the dash cam. Amazon's bringing us our card today, but we don't have it yet.
Right.
Even though we waited around the house a little bit, Sunday morning relaxing, Amazon did not arrive yet. Generally on Sundays, they're definitely bringing things up to the door, but it's always possible it's in the mailbox. Although, well, you ordered that, not me. I didn't see a delivery.
Right. I don't really know what I picked. I mean, the delivery date.
Oh, is it maybe Thursday?
Yeah, I think I might have chosen
Thursday. Okay.
Consolidated delivery day.
Well, if we unplug it at Yates Mill, we shouldn't lose the ride over today.
Right, that's right. We just, that card's only good for maybe a maximum of 4 hours, maximum. Because yesterday that was about all it was. We left home at like 12:30 and we got home at 4 something. And it had overwritten stuff. So yeah, 3 hours is safe. At 4 hours, I don't know. Well, they're tearing up something.
Yeah. So we've been watching For All Mankind on Apple TV. We did a 7-day free trial to watch Tom Hanks in Destroyer and Finch. And then I saw that
Greyhound.
Greyhound, okay. Astronaut, quote unquote, show. And I have to, it's a revised history version of early NASA Apollo spacecraft going to the moon. And basically in this revised history, I think it's fair to say that the Russians beat us there. They, you know, the show is described that, and then it's everything that happens, all revisions after that. So maybe the first episode or two is a little convoluted.
It's a green light.
Yep, she sees it. The first episode or two is a lot of mesh between what really happened and what the revisionist history is. But then afterward, there's no room for confusion. There was a silver Model 3. At any point, we recommend it. We were in the last 2 episodes of season 1 last night. And there are 2 full seasons out there, 20 total episodes. And we were pretty riveted to our seats there at the very end last night. Those last ones were pretty intense. It was really good. So we recommend it. I'm Chromecasting off of my MacBook. You know, just signed into appletv.com. We don't have an Apple TV device, and that's working reasonably well. I think we've seen only a couple hiccups. In general, my MacBook doesn't Chromecast well. It takes 2 or 3 times of trying to get the handoff to work, but once it hands off, it's pretty smooth. So if you're looking for something good to watch and you're a SpaceX fan, you might find that to be an interesting show. This is interesting. She can't actually see this car because of this car. And that car doesn't have brake lights on because she can't technically see the brake lights.
Right. But that had to do with when she drove up. There's that thing that they talked about, that it actually builds a story of the cars in the area. And it knows that, you know, that car didn't just disappear, that it saw a second ago and then it was obscured by another car in front of it. It basically perceives that car is probably still there.
Right. There, I'm trying to work with what's the best angle up close enough, comfortable for my wrist without killing myself, spot to hold that, you know, I'm sensitive to when I'm editing. Am I doing a reasonable job of where I'm putting it? I was thinking to myself, what a money-making thing it would be for someone with a dash cam if not only to have the dash cam that we have that's shooting out forward the car and back into the camera and creating one file, but what if that dash cam had a little arm that came straight down? Maybe it would have to be an L shape to go in front of the screen and also capture the screen at the same time. What a money-making thing was. I mean, we would buy that in a heartbeat and give it a try, right?
I'm sorry, I was paying attention to what she was doing there. Anyway, she did okay. I just wouldn't have probably gotten back over there, but that's all right. Yeah.
If I was trying to say, if this had an arm that came out and down and shot a third picture,
right,
I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Right. Makes sense. Yep, that could be something. Mm-hmm.
So somebody go patent that and build it for me.
Yeah.
But it needs to be, I mean, this particular dash cam, I can't separate out the files. So I could slide the top half off or the bottom half off if I wanted to. And maybe some of the fancier video editors could actually crop it. But it doesn't actually create separate files. But that's also the simplistic beauty of it, is that it saves me a lot of time and heartache, because it builds me one file. I don't have to create the one file and sync it up. So if it would add in a third with pointing down at the, you know, thing down here, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, well, I would tell you that this camera, when I first found out about this, I was like, I wasn't too thrilled about it, because I thought it was going to create two normal videos.
She should want to get over 1.2 miles to the left onto Lake Wheeler.
Yeah. But when I installed, hooked it up, and it's basically, no, you get one file with the front image and the back image sharing the one HD screen. I was like, oh, that isn't very good. But after we actually used it that very first time, and that had nothing to do with this, that had to, I think we just went somewhere. We went down to like Sampson County. Anyway, the point is, it turned out to be pretty, I like it now. I wish, and I went and tried to find a newer, better camera, because I like the, but they don't make them anymore. I have not found this replacement for this camera. And I would think with the Ubers and stuff, that's what this one was. This was a ride-sharing camera. That's what it said. It was specifically, you know, they were advertising to the Uber drivers or Lyft drivers, because, you know, it shows the going forward, and it also videos the entire cabin, which I thought on one file, which is really good. There's nobody behind us, so I can let her struggle here a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting for improvement on inserting into left turn lanes that have overflowed.
Yeah. Well, this is a very short turn lane. You have to slow down from 55 to make this turn, especially if there was a car in it. So, you know, this is one of those cases where people, if they're really close, you hope they're paying attention. All right, here we go. Let's see what she does.
Well, I like it here. For a minute, she was showing the Jeep behind us.
I'm giving her a little gas because there is a Jeep behind us, and it is clear.
Yeah, but she showed it on the screen, and I know you can't be looking at that right now. You'll see it when you watch the video, but I think I remember hearing that it was going to start showing a little bit more what's behind you, and I definitely noticed a Jeep there where I don't think before we would have seen that. I think that was new.
Yeah, it really is a Jeep.
Right, well, I just knew because I was looking in the rearview mirror at what kind of car it was, and that there was somebody. But, you know, usually if you say there's somebody back there, that makes me look at the mirror so that I see, or I'm confirming I'm helping you watch the road I'm looking to. I noticed in yesterday's video that every time you're looking left, you know, I'm looking with you, second set of eyes. It's really more because of the full self-driving than, you know, normally I would just be on my phone not paying attention to Don driving at all, right? But
yeah,
we have a little solar panel there.
Yeah, they've there's some well, that's galvanized pipe set into the ground. That's somewhat of a permanent installation there. I don't know what that would be monitoring.
Well, it's right by the telephone cables. I don't know that that's natural gas there, but
well, I think it's this cabinet. It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting. It's got a little antenna on top of it. There's a little black stub thing. I don't think it's an air monitor, but I agree with you. It's something to do with the gas pipeline. It's monitoring the gas pipeline. I saw obviously a fitted pipe going up through there. So I think that it's transmitting some kind of data relative to the gas pipeline.
There's a new subdivision going in there, and looks like they're adding turn lanes or going to finesse that intersection relative to the church and the subdivision. Oh joy.
Yeah.
marked him as a motorcycle. We're about 5.6 miles from the turn into Yates Mill, which they're calling an unnamed road.
Yeah, well, up here we're going to go, there's a couple of pretty sharp curves, and there's also construction up here, plus there's a very tricky little intersection that, for this direction, is probably, this is the easiest direction for this intersection coming up here that I'm thinking about. All the other directions are a little trickier, but this is the most direct. In other words, you get to the intersection before you get to the curve. This is it right here. In this scenario, you come out of that curve over there, and there's always cars here trying to cross the road. And yeah, she did a little brake check there. Well, correctly so. There was nothing wrong with it.
Right, I wouldn't have considered that a phantom brake. That was a cautionary checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when she slows up, you fully understand why she does, and other times it's like, whoa, Nelly, that's not where you should be doing that.
Yeah.
To be clear, so far today, I don't believe we've had a phantom brake.
Right, so far today, but I don't think we've had. That's right. Yeah, the only big boo-boo she made was that turn lane. She got into that turn lane, and I didn't correct her like I should have. I keep forgetting.
But that's not a new problem. That's just an unfixed problem.
Unfixed problem.
Yeah, I really would like to know how she could be so confused in that one spot about the road.
Right, I mean...
And Ruby does it too, to be clear, also. And she's not an FSD beta car yet, so...
Yeah, I know this car behind me. Wish I would speed up, but it is 45.
Well, we're doing the speed.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just that this is a long straight road, and they're trying to get from point A to point B. And, Sunday drivers.
But it is Sunday.
Oh, that's right. So we're technically we're
We're
legal
good today.
Yeah, we're good. All right, now this is a slow down thing. Let's see how she does. Oh God.
No, we don't really want to. Why did?
What?
Yeah.
That was all. I didn't do any of that.
But she did a.
I want to go right.
No, she's like, I want to get around these slow cars. Oh, that's a turn lane. I can't go over there. That was my interpretation of that. You didn't jerk her out. She pulled herself out, right? She took the turn signal back off and got back over.
Yeah, well, the person following me wasn't so close that I had to protect this straight lane. There are people, they're so close, the second you kind of make a little head dodge, they go the other way and they try to get around you, Well, but that car didn't do it, so I let her make, and she straightened it out like instantly.
I think she didn't want to be behind the other cars, but then she realized she needed to go straight, and going to the right wasn't going to get her around the cars. It was going to put her, and so she backed out of it. I think she was trying to avoid being behind other cars at the light, but there's not another lane going straight.
Right, you either go, that's the right turn lane and the left turn lane,
right,
and the go straight lane.
Well, this is another one of those examples where why can we not do a better job of blending the map data with the real world cameras? Real world wins, but map data is useful. You guys can have a good chuckle, but I just realized I touched my face, and I'm trying so hard for however long we're driving to not do that, and it's you should try it sometime. Don't rub your nose, don't rub your eyes, don't do anything. It's hard. Usually I do good, and I see Dawn doing things. I want to, you know, just give him a little nudge and tell him not to do that. But yesterday it was me a couple times, and it's like, darn it, Marianne, keep your hands in your lap. Yeah, yesterday, you know, we lost some of the dash cam, well, most of the dash cam video on the way down, but I had the vlogging camera, so I showed it. But I did edit it, especially since I didn't have the corresponding exterior camera view to show you. But we, you know, there was a lot of phantom braking in the middle up there. Now, she slowed a little bit there, but we were also going into a curve. So I don't know that I consider that a phantom brake either. I think she just hesitated going into the curve. Am I at the right speed? Am I?
Yeah, I don't. That wasn't a throw you through the windshield type. I mean, those phantom brakes, you could tell when she's
1 to 2 mile, something less than 5 mile per hour. Just kind of checking the conditions. I guess that's sort of going to be my cutoff point for it was a phantom brake. But that one time yesterday, when I looked at what she actually did, she slowed down over 15 mile an hour. That was probably the most egregious error that she had yesterday. I'm just hoping we can get up here to Yates Mill and we say, I can say with a clear conscience, you know, we didn't have any phantom brakes on the way over. My initial reaction is that it's better. But then, you know, you got to be on roads with a lot of trees over the road, a lot of shadows, and there's not a lot of shadows right here in the middle of the day and in the direction and road that we're on. So
yeah, one of the things that's going to happen on going back, we're going to go into the sun. The sun's pretty much directly behind us right now. But going home, it'll be, the camera has had trouble with, well, it seems to do better than I think it should, but, you know, we've had the windshield wiper problem with the sun. I mean, it's just, you know, into the sun, so we'll see if that works well, or maybe they've fixed a couple things.
That was a little slow there, but again,
I think that had to do with the shadows, but again, it's 35 through here, so she's...
Yeah, well, if the windshield wiper thing starts to happen and they haven't fixed that, despite it happening to a lot of people, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Because, number one, I think they should be able to fix it. And number two, I think it's it keeps us from doing FSD, that drive, when it does that. I did try to put on my sneakers to wear today, and I got it on without hurting my foot, but immediately it felt like the pinky toe and the toe next to it were a little too close together, and then the top of the toes started to have a burning sensation, and I only had the shoes on 2 or 3 minutes, and I was like, I'm taking them back off. It hurt. It was starting to be bothersome enough. The burning, the whole thing, it just wasn't good. So I have my Crocs back on. I mean, there's no, over here on this trail, I get wood chips in my Crocs. It would be better to have on my sneakers. There's no, yeah.
Slows down easily here. I think they have improved she's not seemingly waiting to the last second and slamming on brakes. I mean, she slowed down basically probably pretty close to where I would have.
I agree. That was a nice general slow down to get up here to that stop. That felt very natural.
Yeah.
Like you were driving versus, you know.
Green light. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Now I have no idea if she's going to actually turn. Well, she says she's going to turn.
Into the park.
Into the park. So we'll see if that's true. Luckily, the car behind us has lagged a little bit. We're pulling away. She's accelerated pretty quickly from that traffic light. And the other person sort of lagged away, so we've got a little time here for her to make this. See, she's going to make the left. Oh, she turned the blinker on. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're out of the lane of traffic.
But this is divided entranceway here, and yesterday we saw, which I don't think I showed because there was problems with that part of the video, but she failed to make a left turn where the intersection had a sign in the middle of it.
Right.
Cost us to go, you know, a little bit out of our way. And
yeah. Well, that she turned into here really well. I'm impressed.
And she sees the bump.
Yeah.
And she slowed down to 5 miles an hour for the bump. Yes, Jules.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
it just ended.
Yeah. There's nobody behind us.
Which, when pressing on the accelerator, she will continue forward, even though there's no per se driving directions right now. She's just kind of going.
Right.
Now, anything bad about coming to Yates Mill on a pretty day like today is how many cars are here, and I would say there's almost not room for us to park.
Yeah.
It's that crowded. It's that crowded.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop filming and let Dawn find a spot. Well, there's some sort of construction going on over here and some equipment, and it's mostly down here to our left. You know, yeah, I don't know. You can see there's a construction trailer and everything over there, but I haven't heard on the website what they're doing. I'll have to look a little deeper to understand. Yeah, and they've definitely cleared this out. Probably for drainage reasons, I'd guess. Because that looked more like this. And this is a nature preserve, so they don't go... You know, the trees fall, they cut it so you can walk the trail, but they leave it on both sides of the trail. They don't mess around over here. This is a no dogs allowed park. And, yeah. Oh, wow, Donnie, look at all the cormorants. Very pretty. Yeah. Oh, I think that bird is a kingfisher. I know you guys can't see it, but that's exactly what that bird is. That is a kingfisher. Hi, buddy. Makes me wish I had my big camera. Hear the noise? Definitely. That was a kingfisher. Yeah, the trail is really sunny over here today. The angle, something we can see way up far into the woods, and everything's just really lit up nicely today. Well, that's one lap around. You posed in my favorite tree, you might as well pose on my favorite. You're just like a little walk in the park with a little boy. He's got to get up on all the walls and see if he can, you know, walk the balance beam. It's really cute. Well, the lighting's all wrong for a reflection shot, and the wind and movement on the water is all wrong for a reflection shot.
Just have to take a picture of me.
Thank you for making me smile again. I need that in my life. I really do. It's great. You're being such a good boy. Didn't give me no complaints about lap 3 or nothing. No, we don't get enough steps here unless we go around three full times.
That's right.
Yeah. So here we go.
Yeah, third lap.
I would have said the backboard walk, but this time of year there's really nothing that I'm too enamored with to view back there. Here coming soon. I saw the bluebirds out the window this morning checking out the bluebird box.
Yeah, I saw it.
Could be time to build a nest. It's getting to be that time.
Yeah, definitely March 1st.
Don's exercising his frontal lobe balance. We did see on the last lap several kids up here doing the same thing, girls and boys. Dawn's gonna get us out of the, parking lot. Well, first off, she didn't offer to do that, and second off, it's, it's still very busy over here. So we did right at 2.5, 2.6 miles, very equivalent to the walk at the environmental parking up at South Park.
Yep, I agree. I got my 10,000 steps, so I can pile up now.
Yeah, I'm close, but not quite. Don't get spotted on his.
Yeah, that's because mine Fitbit makes sure it's not nitpicky.
Right, well, I don't move my right arm a lot because I'm holding the phone playing Pokemon, and that I'm maybe moving my left arm like a normal stride, but not so much the right arm, because I can throw the balls with my thumb. Sometimes I do that.
And there's nobody behind us, so we can let her struggle here a little bit. Can't go yet, car. Although that car is turning. No, don't think so.
It was interesting there. Now remember, we said we're into the sun, so we're hopeful not to see the windshield wipers, and also for her to still, do everything. But I noticed back there, she turned right pretty good. She kind of took off the turn signal, and she also stopped then the blind spot camera on, being popped up there.
Yeah.
And since we had not completed the turn, I would rather have seen the signal stay on and the camera stay up. But
sure.
so how many creams in the small creams in the garage refrigerator?
4.
4, okay. So enough for ice cream tonight and my coffee tomorrow morning without us having to stop.
Yes.
That was the math I was doing.
Right. I think that could be doable.
Okay.
We're going to watch that Tom Hanks movie tonight?
Yeah, Johnny wants to watch Finch. He wasn't home the night that we watched it, and so we're liable to at least offer that. I'm not sure what homework and other things will be.
Right. Well,
but I expect homework's not too bad tonight because
no high school.
No high school classes Friday and no high school classes tomorrow.
Yeah, just college.
Just college.
Yeah.
And then the first class tomorrow, college class, the English class is virtual, so he'll be taking that on the drive into downtown. I'm going to suggest he email the professor and just to let her know he'll be in transit should he drop off or have connectivity issues, that she'll know he was trying to participate.
I don't know. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I guess she put up the turn signal and we really didn't need, we weren't making a turn, we were just going around the curve on the other side of it. But that is interesting where the stoplight was relative to the curve.
Right. Well, that is an intersection, and it did bear to the right. I mean, humans could perceive that was the way the natural curve of the road, but maybe from a mapping algorithm, it may not have looked quite so cut and dry. It may have looked like a little bit more of a right
Sure.
turn. I'm going to bump it up to 40 here. I got like 8 cars behind me, although they're not crawling up my bumper.
Thirsty. I didn't drink anything thing before we left the... Yeah, Johnny and I were a little bit of a mess in Jules instead of Ruby with our various water bottles, cup holders, and things. I mean, the door pockets are nice, but I don't know. I just like Ruby's setup. I'm used to Ruby's setup. I like the two on the back side of the console, and I really, really, really miss not having them in the Y, because the ones that are in the middle of the back seat are just too far for me to reach. It's not helpful. Well, I do a lot of hour-plus drives, and oftentimes I have more than one water bottle with me, and especially in the summer. So
I don't take all the water bottles because I'd have to pee.
Yes, he would. Feeling a little bit more like a regular country drive. Yesterday, and I don't want to jinx us now, knock on wood, but yesterday's drive was just really stressful. Don was getting all kinds of alerts for no apparent reason, and we had the profile issue where Don had creep turned on because he started out in my profile. We had to pull over to fix that, and then there was the disappointment of the strike, and it just, you know, it just wasn't smooth yesterday. It was just sort of,
yeah.
Today's feeling more relaxed. Wonder what she's gonna think of this road sign here. I guess it's definitely not in the lane, but it's close to the lane. There's a automated message board sign up here, the other side of the intersection.
Well, this is the direction that intersection is a little tricky down here.
Right. Well, it has that median, but the median doesn't come all the way up to the intersection, and then there's the turn lane there. It's not typical, I guess.
Okay, here we go.
So she thinks it's a car, but she knew it was over there. She saw the cones and correctly identified them, but said the sign was a car. I think she was going off the box shape on the lower part of the sign. Not a truck, but a car. It looked like a car. Anyway, she saw it. That's the important thing. Stationary object. She saw it. All good. When it wasn't in the lane anyway, so.
Right.
Was unexpected, although the road, well, the curve right there, the road has been moved around a bit over here for the construction. So when we're on 401, we can see them off this particular overpass off in the distance.
I know, this is that intersection I was talking about. From this is the worst direction. In fact, you can see they even put a caution light there.
Vehicles entering when flashing.
Yeah. See, there we go.
Wow, that was a lot going on there in a short little distance.
That's what I said. That's kind of a tricky intersection. to the traffic light. Lots of shadows and trees on this side of the road across the angle of the sun now. The camera's having to deal with it. Like I said, on the way back, it's going to be kind of into the sun.
Right, and the view of the screen is not so good because of the sun flares on the camera lens. The vlogging camera lens. I can remember just a short time ago when this was a farm field and there was
there was
nothing out here. It was really pretty.
They're growing houses now.
Yeah, there's some things going on around town that I'm very happy to see, like them renovating the houses on Main Street between Mineral Springs Park and South Park. I like that. And then there's things I'm not so happy about, the density of the homes and townhomes that are eating up farm fields that used to be natural areas for wildlife. It's getting to be a little claustrophobic over in our neck of the woods. But growth is better than economically depressed.
Yeah.
It would be more painful to live in a town and watch it fall apart around you.
Yeah, well, economic downturn is much more depressing.
Yeah. So I could complain about the construction, but
yeah, the frustration of economic booming, I get, but it's at least, positive versus, oh my God, what are we going to do type stuff.
yeah. When I think about towns where big businesses, the town built up around the business and then the business pulled out and the towns are now skeletons.
Yeah, there's plenty of that.
That alternative seems very bad to me. So while I would like a little slowdown in the growth, I'm not.
Well, this is good. We might be able, nobody's coming up behind us, so we may be able to let her make this right turn up here.
Right.
Well, this is a very, again, the people are running 55, 60 miles an hour, divided highway. I mean, a lot of stuff going on up at this stop sign. Now, when it's clear, because the traffic light has stopped the traffic, it can be really clear. But if you hit it, and the people do spread out and straggle along, but there's still nobody behind us. Okay, let's see how she stops first of all. Because she used to kind of go up this thing.
She sees the stop sign. She
slam
sees
on
the car.
brake. Yeah.
Turn signal's on.
Well, I'm liking she's turning the turn signal on a little quicker. All right. Now this is.
But we've got time to go, and she's not far enough where she can really see.
There's nobody behind me, but she's going to make it. See, as I said, when it's open, it's wide open.
But this is her pulling out in the middle. Come on, Jules. Okay, Donnie, hit the accelerator. Get us out of that mess.
Well, there was nobody behind us. I could have let her sit there, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. It's either not okay to be in the lane, or I've moved into the lane and now I'd better floor it. I mean, it's sort of like...
Yeah,
in being careful, she put us in a more precarious position than...
Right. Well, this is the thing I've said, that creeping forward and then turning to the right, it's almost like she should just creep forward and not turn to the right, because she can't see. She turns herself around, and I think she loses visibility to the right at that angle. At least that's I'm thinking, is that, that would have been better if she would have just pulled forward. She could have probably seen to the right, the front camera, because certainly when she starts swinging to the right, the front camera can't see up the road anymore.
Yeah, well, I guess also while we're in this phase of assisting the car, if she can't complete that turn or finds herself out in the middle of the road, she should throw it back over to you and say, I'm not good here. They're like a timer expired, throw it back to the human.
Yeah, well, like I said, I would have pushed the accelerator quicker, if there would have been somebody behind me or cars coming, and we would have lose our window. But it was actually wide open. I could have let her struggle a little bit more, but I don't know that she was going to come up with the right answer.
She'd come to like a full stop there.
Yeah. Basically in the middle
in
of
the lane
road.
of the highway.
Right, in the traffic.
Not just some little 2-lane neighborhood street, but
yeah.
well, I'm still thinking 10.10.2 is a definite improvement over 10.8.1.
Yeah, I think so. Certainly parts of it seem to be. I mean,
well, I don't notice we've done anything backwards.
Right, I don't. That's right.
She
No
may
regression.
still be struggling in some areas, but it's no worse.
Right.
So is that, do we consider that a phantom brake?
Yeah, I would say slightly. I mean,
It wasn't a real bad slowdown, but I don't know if that was related to going through the intersection and her double checking it was safe to go through, or...
Alright, now she should slow down. Now she's turned her clearance signal on for some reason.
I don't know why she moved us over. Well, we do have an upcoming turn at 1.2 miles, so I'm not going to say that that was...
Bad.
Nice, Firebird.
Yep, Snowman, Formula 350.
I just think Smokey and the Bandit every time, so... Well, I wanted one of those at one point. You can say, of course you did.
Of course you did.
I was never a Camaro girl. Well, my dad had Pontiacs, so I definitely wanted the Pontiac.
Yeah.
Wow, she was going to go if that Ford got out of our way or not. It's the light's green, baby, move!
Well, she didn't ding. Doesn't she normally ding?
Well, I don't know if she would do that under FSD, but yes, she should have dinged.
Right, maybe that's... Yeah, yesterday I drove quite a bit because, you know, I was in jail, so it dinged. I remember hearing dings a lot.
Well, I'm sure, hi Red Model 3, I'm sure part of my feeling today of less stress and it's better has to do with you haven't gotten any blue warnings today. I don't think you've gotten any.
I don't think so either.
And yesterday, you were driving exactly like you are today, and it just basically wouldn't stop dinging you, so...
Right.
Well, she has a lot of trouble getting into the turn lane up here. And Dawn usually has to take control because when she doesn't get into the turn lane, then she thinks she can turn from the through lane.
That's right.
And so it'll be interesting to see today.
Yeah, this is one of those things where her normal wanting to get over later, not get over, you know, you can say she got to this lane early.
Right.
So that's a positive. I mean, there was, okay, so now she almost has to be getting into
right.
that lane.
She should be getting into it now.
Well,
and
they're moving.
And they're moving even, and she's
well, there's
not.
nobody coming up, so she just got
but
lucky.
the only reason why this worked, to be clear, because it's never worked before, is because the lane was short and it was moving and getting shorter.
Yeah,
because
she just got lucky that time.
And then she gets left here, even though the through lane is right. So
and the guy is zooming
wrong.
up. She's not zooming. He's not zooming up.
This is wrong. So you have time to get over, Jules. Let's move, sweetheart.
Yeah.
She's not gonna. It's a. We'll help her. Yeah, I don't know. It's well, to be clear, and I got carried away with what was going on and wasn't holding the camera where I should have. I apologize, but this intersection was reworked a year ago. And what's on maps and what she knows might be slight. I mean, the camera's seeing the current layout, but the maps might be not just right. I don't know.
Right. I just she just did. you know, I let her go along, I mean, till the point where...
And you tried to tell her with the turn signal, right? You put on the turn signal and she still... Yeah. What we would like to see after the left turn is her to just turn into the right lane. And I know generally you're supposed to keep your lane when you turn, but when you're watching behind you and nobody's about to come up on your side and you keep your speed up, it's generally safe there to just get in the lane, the through lane. That's what everybody does.
That's right.
Because people won't let you cross, if it's very crowded, rush hour, they won't let you over, or they're mad about letting you over. So you just dive into the lane to go straight.
Well, even if you got into the left lane, you turn on your blinker basically
right away.
And start trying to get over.
Yeah, I just really want to look at this spot where she dives again. Did we pass it already? I guess we passed it. No, it's right. Nah, I think we passed it. Oh, it's here. There's dotted lines there and a double yellow line. I don't understand why she has problems there. Because we have two places between the house and Taekwondo where she'll dive incorrectly on autopilot left into like a turn lane or a no man's area or something. And that one back there's got perfect dotted lines.
Yeah, this is well marked.
And it's, you know, you don't cross a dotted line like that unless you've got your, you know, you're turning. If you're supposed to be going straight, you would never do that. So I don't know why. I'm just not understanding why she has trouble there.
I can still see that she doesn't care anything about brake lights. Although she shows brake lights, she doesn't seem to use them.
For decision making.
For decision making. This guy's got his blinker on. His brake lights are on.
Nope, you cannot follow him.
Yeah.
He's turning.
I don't know why she did that. I think she was trying to pass him.
On the left.
On the left, across the double yellow line again. I
don't know. I think he was the lead car and she just stuck with him when she shouldn't. That was my interpretation.
I don't know. Well, but they got a disengagement that time, so at least they, you know.
Right. It was obvious she didn't handle that correctly.
Alright, so let's see what happens this time.
Well, what happens here is it stayed red so long a bunch of other cars piled up across the intersection that she'll now have to wait through.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to let her sit here and struggle.
Right, but you can't go anyway.
I can't go. I'm not. She's not struggling yet. There are people behind us.
Did you give her acceleration?
Yeah, I gave her acceleration. Well, I wanted her to move through that intersection.
Right.
There's a lot of people trying to make that left turn.
Well, at least you have that option. Yeah, people will get mad over there that opening up the Judd Parkway loop has caused extra backups at that intersection that they didn't account for in their planning. And it's the only intersection left in town where the left lane and the through lanes share the same lane.
Alright, she should turn on the blinker here. I said turn on the blinker. Way overshot that curve.
Yeah, we've seen her twice at least today take a curve too fast and move into the oncoming lane car.
Right. Well, plus this time there was a car there. So
she's handled it better other times.
She's handled that better other times.
Although I have to say there's a lot of room for placement of the car in the oncoming lane. They can be farther right or more in the middle.
And it isn't well marked. That there's no line there.
Right.
She'd actually have to differentiate between the asphalt and the dirt.
Yep, I agree with that too. I'm not over my threshold on FSD today, so if you'd like to do the driveway, I won't.
Oh, okay.
I won't gripe.
See if she does any better on the driveway. Somebody behind us.
Whoa.
A little hard.
Like, okay, I'm turning now.
Yeah, well, let's see how she does. She did that jerky. Let's see how she does turning onto our street.
Yeah.
Because she has a real propensity for jerking this one around. Well, I wouldn't call. I'd say that's about as smooth as she's ever done it.
Yeah, that was okay. I can't complain about that. She delivered us to our driveway, no problems.
$4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour max. Wow, she's staying away from that tree.
No, she's not.
No, she's not. Yeah.
No.
Oh, unnamed road. She's on an unnamed. It's called my driveway. It's called home.
No, not the tree.
She moved over. She moved over.
Barely. No, she's going off again. No.
Really? I think she really is going to go off. I mean, she...
No, I think she's in... Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to say is she hasn't perceived that the road is going that way.
Yeah.
She honestly, at this point, as far as she's concerned, straight.
Well, this is part of Don's afternoon snack.
Yes, sirree.
I'm going to help him with these, though.
Yes, sirree.
We had pepperoni, fancy cheese, and some chicken and pork liver pate.
Yep.
Did send us the replacement camera. It came a couple days ago, fast. It is marked as refurbished. I don't care as long as it works. It didn't cost us anything. And Don's going to do the part that requires getting up high and plugging in, and I'm going to do the app part. Get it going. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah, little blue lights on now.
Less than 5 minutes, no backups, no problems. They all connect you to the their local Wi-Fi. Then you put in your Wi-Fi password. Then it hooks up to the Wi-Fi, and then there were a couple of settings. So.
Yeah, it worked great.
And if it's not doing what I needed to do, then I can just go back into settings and futz with it from the couch.
Right.
I just got done blowing the driveway and the vast majority of the cul-de-sac, and I was debating take down Valentine's Day or kind of put away some Lego parts, organized Lego stuff, and I think I'm going to leave Valentine's Day out for a few more days. I can always change my mind tomorrow, right? But for today, yeah, I think I'm leaving it put. Besides, if Dawn comes in, it'll be easier to put up doing Lego parts than it will be to stop in the middle of taking down Valentine's Day. Are you ready?
Yum.
Yum. It's coffee flavored. I know it looks vanilla, but it's got coffee, decaf coffee in it. Chopped pecans, chocolate chaffles, some chocolate hazelnut butter with cream mixed in to lighten it up. You go, Donnie, go.
All right.
Let's see this. Oh my God, look at how good that looks.
Yeah, I got my chocolate And then my pecans, I probably put it in the little wrong order.
Well, it's not how it... Stop moving it. Just... I'm trying to make sure it's in focus. There we go. Wow, Donnie, what have you got going on there?
I got chocolate, pecans, whipped cream, and
the chaffles. Yeah.
Chocolate chaffles. So
wow, that is looking good. Looking good.
That's what I'm thinking.